What's up, DC Nation? Back to another video on Justice League. And this is actually another video on Death Metal, guys. This whole big event that's been written by Scott Snyder, and we've had many different artists on board. But guys, in this video, I'll be going over the new crossover, the first part of Doom Metal. Now, this whole crossover kinda actually started in pretty much Death Metal, the guidebook #1. And guys, if you're not caught up on that, I'll actually put the description to my video down below so you can watch it. But the quick recap of it all, Lex Luthor, he's been watching all this turn out, because ever since he got betrayed by Perpetua, and Perpetua just kicked him out and got Bound Laughs on her side, Lex Luthor was sent to Earth, and he's just been watching everything go to crap, guys. It's not been going so well. The Justice League, actually, in that whole book, we saw the Justice League just get destroyed by all the evil Dark Knights and the Bound Who Laughs, and just all the setup for Death Metal. But what Lex Luthor came to a conclusion is, hey, I'll team up with Lobo, he'll go find all these different Death Metals, while I'll go rescue the Legion of Doom. If you guys don't remember, Perpetua pretty much imprisoned the Legion of Doom after she was done with them. But guys, in this issue, we find out it's not just gonna be Lex Luthor doing this. We also got Nightwing, Bobo, aka Detective Jim, Hawkgirl, and more. So guys, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. I know you guys are busy, so we're gonna dive into Justice League number 53 right now. Now, this issue opens up. Batman is driving somewhere in the Batmobile. Now, Dick Grayson, Robin, he's pretty much underneath the Batmobile because he's trying to find out where Batman is going. And he's monologuing. There was a game I used to play with my father, whether he knew it or not. The goal was to sneak up on him, but sneaking up on Batman is impossible. After failing many times, I learned to watch and wait, studied him and how he used the shadows. One day I used the shadows too. My patience had paid off. I would finally surprise him. Now, you see, Dick Grayson, he gets out of the Batmobile, but what he sees is the Justice League. He says, but I was the one who was surprised. It was the Justice League. I froze. I knew Bruce teamed with them, but I had never seen them all together in person like that in the Justice League headquarters. I would meet them all later, of course, but this first time, it was different. They were the greatest heroes in the world. Heroes who could do the impossible. But more than that, they were a team. In that moment, I realized something more important than sneaking around. One day, I'd be in the Justice League. But that was before it all happened. But guys, what we see now is we switched to pretty much the future, right? During Death Metal. But I want to go over this quick opening scene. I really like it because one, just seeing Dick Grayson act like Dick Grayson is awesome. See him as a younger Robin, just sneaking around, trying to figure out what's going on, and just being surprised by the Justice League. It's just a great opening to, so far, this solid story arc. This actually solid crossover. Now, as we continue, we see pretty much Dick Grayson, and he actually kind of looks like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. And he has a hood on, he's on a robotic horse. Yeah, you heard me correctly, a robotic horse, and it says in the background, Doom Metal. He says, whoa, Comet, what has you? The robot, his name is Comet, and it stops. And out of the distance, these people say, get back, you tosser. Don't you know what the sword is capable of? And you see Bobo, the Detective Jim, with a sword, and he's fighting off against Solomon Grundy and all these different creepers, right? There's multiple of Solomon Grundys and multiple creepers. Didn't its last match to me at very end? Slaughter Swamp belongs to us, Chimp. We'll take you to our Lord and Savior, the Darkest Night. Watch him feed you to his goblins. Now they try to kill Bobo, and they keep saying, oh, look at that horse. What fine machine. Now, Dick Grayson says, leave my friend alone, creepers. And we see Dick Grayson, he takes off his hood and continues to say, Comet was a gift from Wonder Woman, forged in the fires of Themyscira. This is the fastest horse in any world. And Bobo says, go away, I don't need the Justice League. And Nightwing says, I'm not the Justice League. Now the creeper says, who are you then? And Bobo says, he's Nightwing, you dolt. And then the creeper says, which one? And Nightwing says, that hurt, but not as much as this. That's when we see Hawkgirl come from the sky and take out this creeper. Guys, this is an awesome moment. She takes out this creeper, bashes his head in with her pretty much hammer. Well, not yet, kind of her weapon. And then the creeper says, eat them, Grundys. And the Grundys say, born on Doomsday. Now, guys, what we see next is the creeper says, shiny wings, bring me her. But that's when we see Hawkgirl just keep hitting these Grundys and these creepers. But guys, before we continue, the Grundy said, born on Doomsday. Now, I may be theorizing, but is this Grundy a combination, a hybrid between Doomsday and Solomon Grundy? I don't know, but why would they use those certain words born on Doomsday? Like, it feels like they're trying to give us that hint, this is Doomsday and Solomon Grundy combined. And honestly, that's freaking awesome. I really like that. That's really cool. I hope we get more of these Grundys in future issues, future issues of this crossover. Now, as we continue, what we see is then Hawk Girl, she's flying up. She says, "It's good to see you, Chip." And then Bubble says, "You two some kind of wing-themed tag team?" Now, Nightwing says something like that, and he says, "Hawk Girl." He jumps, he grabs onto her weapon, and he swings like a flying Grayson. And he says, "Let's finish this." He comes in, he takes out the creepers, he punches and kicks them, and then the horse, the Comet, takes out more creepers and Grundys. Now, the creepers on top of the Grundys say, "Flee." And Bubble says, "What you lot doing in Slaughter Swamp?" And Hawk Girl says, "Looking for you." And Bubble says, "They wasted that whole rescue." And then Hawk Girl says, "We heard what happened to you and your team." And she says, "That when we were gone, you kept fighting." And Bubble said, "That feels like 2 lifetimes ago. I'm done. Kid show's over." And Hawk Girl says, "The heroes are rising up against the battle who laughs. We were trapped on New Apocalypse inside the prison in the sun. But Wonder Woman and Batman freed Superman and the heroes there." Then Nightwing says, "We're on a mission to find Perpetua's throne. If we free the Legion of Doom from it, we will drain her power." And Bubble says, "How'd you two get tricked into that errand?" And Nightwing says, "We volunteered." And Bubble says, "You need to accept that this is the world we're living in forever." And Nightwing says, "We need all the help we can get in finding that throne, Detective Chimp. You've been out here in this world longer than us. You see things we don't. So if you want to go wander to the swamp and give up, fine. Or you can help us solve the greatest missing person's case of our lives." And he says, "What you said?" And Bobo's like, "Sure." So he pretty much sighs, and now we got a cool team up between Bobo, Nightwing, and Hawk Girl. Now, how this continues is we then see this train is going through Slaughter Swamp, and Nightwing says, "And when I finally get my memory back, the whole world goes crazy. Now it's like I'm still struggling to find out who I am compared to before, you know?" And Bobo says, "Huh?" And then Nightwing continues to say, "But I want to get back to Nightwing. It's why I volunteered for the mission to free the Legion of Doom." And Bobo says, "Kid, I didn't want to hear your life story. I just asked why you're riding a robot horse." And Nightwing says, "Hey, slow down there. We're close." And Hawk Girl says, "This is where you wanted us to go, Chimp?" But where this train arrived is at the Hall of Justice. Now, Bubble says, "This is where it crashed after the Justice League lost. Out here in the wild, I could tell I wasn't alone. There's someone else exploring, studying our new nightmare, mapping it, and they left a trail behind." Now he says, "My God, I heard what happened, but I didn't realize." And then Hawk Girl says, "Humanity chose Perpetua. They chose Society of Doom. What Wonder Woman said in New Apocalypse, it was something we all needed to hear. It all counts. This could be our last fight, but it all matters." Now Bobo says, "I get it. I'm sure it was beautiful. The voice of an angel. Rah rah. Where is Martian Manager? Word around the mask was you two were an item." And Hawk Girl says, "He was with us on New Apocalypse, but took off without... I trust John to know what he's doing." And then Nightwing says, "Chip, you said there was someone else out here with you. Do you know who?" And Bubble says about that, "If you're looking for the Legion of Doom," and that's when we see Lex Luthor, and he has all these pretty much his hood on, and he says, "It appears we have a common goal, Nightwing. I have the answers you seek. Hawk Girl, it is good to see you again." Now, that's when Nightwing says, "What? Are you crazy? You brought us too?" And Hawk Girl says, "Luthor." Now we see Hawk Girl go smash Lex Luthor's head in, and she says, "How dare you enter the Hall of Justice?" Now, Nightwing says, "Hawk Girl, hold on." And Hawk Girl says, "This is all Luthor's fault. We're here because of him." And Lex Luthor says, "Let her come, Nightwing. After my actions, I accept her vengeance. But it'll come at a cost." Now, Hawk Girl says, "Why didn't you tell us you were taking us to Luthor, Chimp? Why would we ever trust him?" And Lex Luthor says, "Because I walk the shadows of this world." And then he pretty much recaps everything that's happened. He says, "And I see now that it was my own obsession with the totality that started us down this path of ruin. In my quest for power, I changed myself, merged myself with Martian Manager, and became Apex Lex. All for her, Perpetua. And even after she imprisoned the Legion of Doom in her throne, I stood by her side, longing for the future I was promised. But Perpetua rejected me, chose the battle who laughs. After I survived being cast down, I witnessed our world transform. In my studies of this world remade in the Battle Who Laughs image, I learned that Perpetua's throne was still powered by Sinestro, Cheetah, and Grodd. and that is what was hidden on Earth, but moved frequently to avoid attack. It is currently in Brimstone Bay. If I am to undo the damage I have done, I must free them. Now guys, I actually really like this image because one, we see Apex Lex, March Manager, Perpetua, Bound and Laughs, and guys, the artist on this book does an amazing job, alright? Like, I really like this artist in this book. I think this artist will act to the artist on the rest of the issues in this crossover, but there's a lot of beautiful images, and this one splash page is one of them. What we see is Hawkgirl says, we don't have time for him, and Nightwing says, and now we know the throne is in Brimstone Bay. See ya, Luthor. And Luthor says, it doesn't matter where the Legion of Doom is, in prison, Nightwing. And they says, you think you're the first to try to free them? He says, another hero ventured out to Perpetua's throne before you, and he was just as unprepared for what awaited him. You can feel it in your wings, can't you, Hawkgirl? The Omega Titans died when the Source Wall fell. But, and guys, you see March Manager arriving at Brimstone Bay, and what he finds is the Omega Knight. Guys, this is badass, alright? We see the Mega Knight, and Lex Luthor just said, it keeps watch over the Legion of Doom to protect her seat of power while she destroys the multiverse. And for some reason, your dear Martian Manager went to confront it on his own. Now, Lex Luthor says, if you wish to destroy Perpetua's seat of power before it moves again, we must go now. Now, Bubble says, I'm telling you, this all stinks. And Hawkgirl says, if John is there, we need to help him. But I'm not working with Luthor. And Luthor says, you need me, can't you see? And they says, your honored Justice League might think of themselves as gods, but they failed against the Bound and Laughs. I really like this comparison between a younger Dick Grayson and this now older, more experienced Dick Grayson. And Nightwing says, I guess it's a good thing we're not the Justice League. Now, Lex Luthor says, even as the world ends, you're just as stubborn as your mentor. Go alone if you wish, but even if you get past the Omega Knight, there's another one, powers we all know too well. The Bound and Laughs sent one of his most terrifying Dark Knights to act as warden. And they says, the Mind Hunter. And this issue ends with Martian Manager and the Mind Hunter fighting. An amazing image, guys. Now, first off, yeah, I said the Omega Knight is freaking awesome. I really like that image. Really cool. I've been waiting for the, pretty much, Titans to return, the Mega Titans, or I forgot what they're called in, Justice League No Justice. They were really cool and powerful characters, and it's cool that Perpetua now has, like, her own Omega Knight. Like, that's pretty cool, but what's even better is the Mind Hunter. Like, guys, ever since he showed up in pretty much Dark Knight's Death Metal Train Crisis #1, I've been wanting to learn more about him, and this crossover is exactly what I need, alright? So I'm excited to learn more about this villain, this Martian Manager and Batman hybrid, and see where this story goes. And I actually really liked this first part. It was action-packed, it was cool to see all the setup come together, it was actually not boring at all, and the cliffhanger was set up very well. And then guys, I'll just say it one more time. The art by, I don't know how to pronounce that person's name, but still the artwork is just really good, right? Some of the best artwork I've seen on the stands recently, alright? But yeah guys, overall I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. I think it's actually kind of mandatory for you to check this out, because this crossover will actually tie in to like the final issues of Death Metal. So I think you should check it out. Like, it's kind of like you could skip it, but I think you shouldn't, because it's really well written and has awesome art. Now guys, in the comments below, tell me about this issue. Did you love, did you hate, what was your favorite part? And guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up on YouTube, make subscribe to my next Doom Metal video, my next video on this crossover. And yeah guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.